Welcome to the hot seat. So I'm going to give you a topic to talk about for 2 minutes, and you'll have 1 minute to prepare before you start speaking. So the topic I'd like you to talk about is describe a quiet place you like to go to. Here's a pencil and some paper for making notes.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Alright, so I have gone and visited lots of peaceful places in my life over the past year, such as waterfalls, beaches, parks. However, today I'm going to talk about a tranquil coffee shop located in my hometown. So if I remember correctly, I came across that place while I was commuting back from school, and I was immediately amazed by its design, which was really eye-catching. And even though it's kind of far from my house, I frequent there for 3 times a week for studying because I find it really therapeutic. Honestly, never have I ever been to such a pleasant place like that. And when I'm there, there is not any loud music. I mean, the soft background music makes the environment more enjoyable and soothing. So, at times when I'm snowed under with my schoolwork, I always go to that chilled place to gaze into space and immerse myself in the atmosphere. Yeah, these things help me to recharge my batteries. I know it may sound really bizarre, but I feel comfortable when I do things like that. And what is particularly interesting to me about this quiet spot is the welcoming staff, who are very hospitable to me. They are extremely respectful of the noise level. Usually, they talk with each other very quietly. Yeah, so finally I would say it's a place I can go back to again and again, and I feel like I'm treated as a friend rather than a customer at that restful place. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to tell you about this coffee shop.
Thank you very much. So if I can take back these for a moment, and I'm going to ask you a few more general questions related to the part 2 topic. Let's talk about quiet places in general. What other places are nice quiet places where people can go to work or relax?
In my view, there are a wide range of silent places people can go there to work or relax. And for example, libraries, parks, beaches, as I mentioned in part 2, because people often go to these places because basically they just want to get away from hustle and bustle of urban cities and busy cities. Yeah, so probably having a peaceful mind is blissful.
Is it difficult to find quiet places where you live?
Well, definitely it seems to me it's not that difficult to explore some silent areas, because although my country, Vietnam, is getting more industrialized and urbanized, there are still lots of quiet places. For example, most Vietnamese cities have big parks and huge lakes. Like Hanoi has a lot of huge lakes, and Ho Chi Minh City has big parks. These places are perfect to find tranquility, even though you're in a city center.
Will it be easier or more difficult to find quiet places in the future?
I believe in the future, probably it's really not easy for people to find quiet places because, as I said, our country is getting more industrialized, right? So like streets are always jam-packed with people and private vehicles and buildings. So we always have to hear the noise of cars, beeping horns and something like that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Your fluency is excellent. You keep on, and you're ready to speak and keep on speaking, whatever the question is, which is a really, really good sign in the exam. I liked it when you used discourse markers, the way you organise your speech. One example of that is when you said, what's particularly interesting about this spot is that, I really like that kind of introductory language. In fact, there was a lot of good vocabulary that you used in the part 2 and also the part 3. Such as I'm snowed under with schoolwork, I always go there to gaze into space, and in part 3 you said the streets are always jam-packed with vehicles. That was good. Good pronunciation of the word vehicle as well, which is often mispronounced by Vietnamese speakers. You also mentioned escaping the hustle and bustle of the city, which is good language, but Vietnamese students often make a mistake and they say the hustle bustle, and they miss out the and in the middle. So you used it correctly, and it's good to hear. I also liked it when you said a tranquil coffee shop located in my hometown. But this is using a reduced relative clause structure, and I think it's a good idea to expand that and actually use the full relative clause to make it really obvious to the examiner that you're using one.
Yeah,
so say a coffee shop which is located in my hometown. This is just for the purpose of making sure the examiner hears that structure. But overall, very, very good. Congratulations.
Yeah,
very
thank
well
you.
done.